husband, Tim. He is sending out the text message right now to let everybody know that we are live. Y'all, today's going to be fun. In a moment, Tim's going to join me in here on the screen, and I'm going to give Tim a little bow making tutorial. So if you've followed us for a minute or more, you know that Tim is not a big fan of bows. Tim struggles with bows. He blames it on his fingers. He says it's his fingers, but I'm going to teach Tim how to make bows even with his fingers, okay? If Tim can do it, anyone can do it, right? So today we're going to have a little bit of fun, all right? We just released this past week at KCR Live our KCR Easy Bow Maker, all right? The ladies at the live event got a really fun tutorial on this. It got a little out of hand, but that's KCR Live. That's what happens. We get a lot of hand, things get a little crazy. And then we released it to our VIP group yesterday. So while Tim's getting the text message sent out with the new link, since we have volume now, let us know if you can hear us okay, because we tried to go live a minute ago and we had no volume. So let's try this again. If you want the text messages when we go live, just text hello to this phone number and you will get a text message with the link to our live to make it easy for you to find your way here, okay? But let me tell you about the bow maker.
You're good on your audio.
We're good on audio. We got confirmation we're good on audio. Awesome! So our Easy Bow Maker comes in 2 different sizes. We have one that you can make a 3-inch, 5-inch, or 7-inch bow with. That's our 3, 5, 7. We've got one that you can make a 2-inch, a 4-inch, a 6-inch, or an 8-inch bow. That's our 2, 4, 6, 8. Easy Bow Maker. And Tim's going to use one today. I'm going to use the other. And what comes in your packages, you got the cute little packaging. You got the nice little zipper pouch here. Inside is your bow maker itself. It kind of looks like a comb. Kind of looks like a comb. It can probably double as a comb if you really needed it to. All right. It also comes with 3 little, like, basically clothespins. Let's call them what they are, but we're not using them as clothespins. We're using them as our 3rd, 4th, and 5th hand. Because have you ever made a bow and gone, I wish I had a couple extra hands because I need someone to hold this while I tie this, while I do this, while I do that? We're giving you the extra hands with this, okay? And then also on the back side, it has 2 QR codes. One QR code has a video overhead tutorial that walks you through step by step. So if you learn better at video, that is going to be best for you. Or if you learn better looking at photos and reading the instructions, we also have the photo tutorial. So they're both available for you. You keep it in here. You always have easy access to it. Plus we have a size chart over here. So it tells you if you're going to make a 2-inch bow, you want to have 9-inch
Tammy,
ribbons.
it's not going to happen.
If you want a 3-inch bow, you're going to need at least a 12-inch ribbon. Now, if you want longer tails, you're going to need longer ribbons. This is going to give you kind of basic length tails for each size bow, but it gives you that guide. It shows you. So everything can be stored together nice and easily, nice and compactly next to your crafting space so you can easily do it, okay? We are going to keep it very professional here today. Very professional, because that's what we do here. I probably don't want to see Miss Tammy.
No,
Tammy got her inhaler.
No, she says, I want to see Tim do this with a straight face.
Yes, Tim's going to do this.
Not going to happen.
Tim's going to, I had a little chat with him, a little conference.
Not going to happen.
Our 5th grade school boys need to stay deep down in, and we need to behave ourselves today. Inhaler's ready, Tammy says. Y'all, we had a lot of laughs with this at KCR Live. I don't think we could ever recreate that tutorial. I don't think anyone would probably want us to recreate that tutorial, but it was pretty hilarious. It was pretty hilarious. So Tim, here's your bow maker. Which one do you want to do? Do you have a preference?
I don't care.
Okay. We'll get them both out of here and we will start walking through. So in the tutorials, there's lots of tips and tricks about bow making just in general. And I'll try to give you as many here as possible as well. All right. So there's your 3 clips and your bow maker. Here's my clips and my bow maker. So today we are going to gift somebody both bow makers and a little fabric bundle to get you started. Okay.
Say what?
So all you have to do is share this video Let
That's
us
a
know
lot.
here in the comments that you did. It's a good prize. It is a good prize. So someone's going to be gifted everything you need to get started in bow making. All right. So but we're going to use the
Everything you
same
need
fabric. So we are going to open
To get
this up.
started in bow making.
Everything. And I'm going to do a slow, take our time tutorial, teach Tim how to do it. And then at the end, I'm just going to do one without talking it through so you guys can see in real time how quickly you can throw a bow together with this bow maker and how much easier it's going to make your life. Thank you all. I see you all sharing and sprinkling. Y'all are amazing. So I'm going to do a 4-inch bow. 4-inch bows are kind of my cup of tea. That's kind of my jam. I pretty much always do 4-inch bows for just about everything I do, okay? Or do you want to do the 4-inch and I'll do a 5-inch?
Whatever.
Let's do that. I've done a bunch of 4 inches. I'll do a 5-inch today. We'll let Tim do the 4-inch. I'll do the 5-inch, okay? I'll change it up a little bit, okay? Let's spice things up a little bit with our bow maker, okay? So since I'm doing a 5-inch bow, I want at least 19-inch length of my ribbons. Tim's gonna do a 4-inch bow, so he wants to have at least 16-inch long ribbons. You can use regular ribbon for this. You can use fabric strip ribbon for this as well. Totally up to you, whatever your preference is.
And yes,
Totally up to you.
T-Bone's here.
T-Bone is here. T-Bone is here. T-Bone couldn't miss out on the bow making
He had to be
day.
there for the bow making.
He's like, I gotta come and get some bow making on. I will use some regular ribbon in my second bow so you guys can see it done with regular ribbon as well. I like cotton fabric torn strips for bows. If you struggle with bows and you struggle to get the fluff in your bows, this works really, really great, okay?
Actually,
and I just love the
Nancy, we're still live.
We are
Well,
live,
again.
girlfriend. We just started. I'm gonna pass this over to
Okay.
Tim
Lay
so
down,
he can
baby.
cut him some strips of ribbon. For the 4-inch, you're probably gonna want about 5 strips of ribbon, like 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch ribbon. That's gonna give you good fullness. The bigger bow you make, like say you're making an 8-inch bow, you might want more than 4 or 5. You're probably gonna want like maybe 8 or 9 strips of ribbon, because the bigger your bow loops are, the more fullness you need for your bow. So you're gonna wanna add a little bit more ribbon in there, okay? Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense? You're gonna see I'm pulling off my edge first. That one didn't go so well. Sometimes fabric doesn't cooperate. There we go. Because I want my torn edge on both sides. So that's why when it's brand new, freshly cut fabric, I always just discard that first skinny little strip. So you get a nice torn, rustic, farmhousey edge for your ribbons, okay? I might do 2 green because there's not a lot of green, there's lots of red.
Oh, what
so
the
let's do
ham
2
sandwich?
strips of green. I'm gonna do 2 strips of green. There you go. Can we gift card and save them to use for the live event? You can use gift cards to pay for the live event. You can use gift cards to pay for anything on our website. So if you want to purchase gift cards over time and then you just add them to your account, and then when you purchase your next live event ticket, you will just apply your gift card balance to your purchase.
That's better than
Absolutely.
Sezzle.
That is.
That is better
That
than
is.
Sezzle. There's no 6%.
Yeah, well, it's better for us because we don't have to pay the higher percentage. For them, it doesn't matter as much. But we have actually been talking about some different options. There will be payment options a little bit differently, I think, this year, next year. Oh, boy, I didn't.
You're not happy unless you're
Sorry,
beating the hell out
I
of
know, I
Mary.
really botched Tim with that one. All right, there we go. Boy, some fabric tears better than others. This one's, okay, that's better. That one bit better. The first one didn't want to tear
Oh,
nicely.
I believe that, Deb. She said, nice to see T-Bone. It was hard to come home from the live and not have my Macy.
Poor Miss Deb. Poor Miss
That's,
Deb.
I could not even,
Sadly, she had
I
to.
could not even imagine.
She had to put her little puppy. It was the right thing to do. She didn't want him in pain, but she was at the live event and had to go through losing her puppy from afar, and our hearts went out to her because she was
Yes.
heartbroken.
That's-
Absolutely. Yeah, I can only imagine. All right, so I've got 2 of the red polka dot, I got 2 of the green, I got 1 of the black. Let's do some of this little buffalo check. I'll probably do 2 of these. I don't even know where to tell you can get anymore because we got it from a supplier and I don't even know if who would carry it. So this is just some fabric that we had, but whoever is gifted the bow makers today is also gonna be gifted the little fabric bundle. So you'll get a chance to get the same fabrics that we have. All right, I think I got all my ribbon. You want some of that? Okay. I got plenty of ribbon here. Plenty, plenty, plenty. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 probably would be okay. We're gonna do it with 7. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna do a 5-inch bow, okay? So Tim's responding to a comment. I'm gonna let him do that, and then we're gonna get started because I'm gonna teach him how to do this. So he has to kind of do this alongside of me, okay? We'll probably throw the overhead camera on for you guys so you can see it from overhead, so you can see how easily this is done. We did sell fabric bundles when we had the storefront. It's a little more challenging doing it online. It's a lot of work to create the fabric bundles because we had to hand cut everything. And I'm like, it took me forever to pick out the bundles because I'm so like particular about the colors coordinating nicely together, the shades of red matching the other shades of red, and y'all, it took me hours and hours and hours picking them from our supplier.
Not lying.
It took me a long time because I'm too particular.
You think it takes her a long time to decide where to go for supper?
Yes, you can get different fabric bundles that have coordinating colors at all the craft stores. You could go to like Joann Fabrics, Michaels, Hobby Lobby, all the places. A lot of little mom and pop little shops. A lot of towns have little shops. They have a wall of like the quilting cotton fabric. That's what works the best, the cotton fabric. You're not going to want to use like a felt or a burlap or I mean, you could do burlap and cut it, but it's going to kind of pull apart on you. Cotton works the best for bow making as far as I've found. Polyesters are not great at all. They don't tear, like they're not going to work great. All right, so you ready? This is fast when you're not working with your husband who's just whistling and enjoying his time over there. You are not allowed to go rogue on this bow tutorial, just FYI. All right, let's just, okay. Get your ribbons, let's go, let's go. That is not long enough. Oh, that's your tie-off ribbon. Okay, you do need a tie-off ribbon.
I was paying attention a little bit last night.
Yes, you were. You need a tie-off ribbon. So I'm just gonna grab this little piece that I threw down here for my tie-off ribbon, okay? So your tie-off ribbon, how long you want it to be is gonna depend on you. If you're gonna be tying it around like a jar base or like the mouth of a mason jar or something, you're gonna want some nice long nice long strings so that you have them to tie your bow onto something. If you're going to be just tying it onto something small, like, you know, a wire or like, you know, it can be shorter. If you're going to be just cutting the strings off and gluing your bow to something, then it doesn't need to be real long. So you probably want minimum of like 6 inch, but you can do it as long as you want. So I'll leave mine long so you can kind of see how it looks, okay?
And yes, this works well with ribbon as well.
You can use ribbon. I'm going to incorporate ribbon. I just love a fabric bow, so that's why I do it with the fabric bow so much. Ribbon tends to like not fluff up as nicely as the fabric does. That's why I like fabric. All right, so first step, your bow maker. You want to overhead it for them so they can see the overhead view a little bit better. Make sure that's not too bright for them. Okay. So there we go, perfect.
Wow.
I shut that down because I think
see
it's too bright. So the center is where you are going to put your tie down ribbon. Now, if you are using the 3, 5, or 7, make sure you center it in that slit there. You don't want it like off to the right or off to the left. You want it centered, okay? Like so. And then make sure your tails are pretty equally lengthed out, okay? And you'll take your first pin, this is where your first extra hand comes in, and you're gonna pin that just like that. So that's your tie down ribbon. You wanna make sure your tie down ribbon, the back side, the non-printed side is showing if you have a non-printed side. So your pretty side is facing down. It's facing the bow maker like that, okay? And then you're going to take your ribbons.
Face side down. Okay.
We are not going, we are behaving ourselves today,
I know.
Tim. We are
I am.
behaving ourselves.
I am. So what am I supposed to do with all this mess
You had
here?
to come to KCR Live for the dirty version.
What am I doing here?
See, he's not paying attention, y'all. If Tim can do this, anyone can do this. We're getting all of our ribbons together, making sure the ends kind of all line up together. We are not perfectly stacking our ribbons on top of each other. A perfectly stacked ribbon bow is going to be a flat bow. So just let them all kind of do their own thing, okay? Let them be a little twisty, let them be nice and loose there together, okay? And then you're going to choose the size bow you want. Well, we've already chosen. So I'm gonna do the 5-inch bow. So I am going to bring my ribbons through the outside of the 5-inch prong, thong, prong,
Yep, the thong.
prong.
The thong.
I called it something different before.
A finger?
Tong, I think I called it a tong, but I don't think it's a tong. Anyways, so the 5-inch here is gonna be the same height as the 5-inch over here. So these are the two tongs, thongs, prongs, whatever we're calling this, that we are using today.
What size did you tell me I'm making?
So we're gonna,
I mean, did I decide?
you're making the 4-inch.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna bring our bow ends through the outside of the 5-inch, through the outside of the 5-inch. And then we're gonna come over here, bring these over and bring them through the outside of the same length finger, the finger of our comb. So it's gonna look like that, okay? Can you all see that okay? It's not too bright and shining on you. I wanna make sure you guys can see everything okay. Let us know in the comments if you're seeing tines. Yeah, they're like tines. That's another good word. Okay?
Okay.
So we got our 5-inch. They're coming from the back to the front. And then the same length one over here is our matching one. They're gonna come from the front to over here. Okay? We got that?
Yep.
Got that? Tim, you are not even in the camera. We need to get you in here.
Well, you keep pushing
Can
me
we
out.
lower the brightness on the overhead? Can you
which
still
one?
do that? It's too bright. I think it's too bright and
Yeah.
they can see, but I feel like
that
it's a little
side.
bit extra bright for you guys and it might be glaring a little bit. So let's get rid of that brightness just a little bit. That's probably better. That's better. We're not getting as much like it blowing back at you. There we go. I want you all to see this.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So you want to make sure that your tails are pretty equally through. We don't want one set of tails way up here and the other way down here. So kind of make sure they're all kind of even. And then we're going to take one side, and if you look at your bow maker, there's like 2 little holes there. So we're going to take these tails from this side and we're going to put them through that slit to the back. Okay, so bring them over, put them through the slit where the holes are. Okay, bring them all down, pull them all together, take your little clothespins and hold it together. Okay, so everything's being held there right where you need it to be. And then we're gonna do the same thing with this side. We're gonna bring it over here to where the hole is and put it through, feed it through that slit. So we're gonna bring it across to the hole, feed it through that slit like that. We want it to be taut, not super loose, but we don't want it so tight that we're putting a ton of pressure on our tines, tongs, thongs, whatever they're called, okay? And then we're going to bring our ribbons down, use our little clothespins to hold it all together. So that is what it looks like now. Some of y'all are like, this does not look like a bow. This is not, where are we going with this? I promise you we're going good places with this. I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the back. Okay, that's what it looks like on the back. If you follow the steps, step by step, you got the QR codes here. Every time you make a bow, until you get it down, you can go right back to this tutorial and follow it step by step to refresh your memory on how to do it, okay? So now once we got to this point, let's let Tim get his in. I promise, you can come on in here a little closer. You can come on in. Come on in, Tim. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. They want to see you making your bow. You're still not, they can't, well, they can, yeah. You're still not under the, there you are, there you are. He always gives me a hard time about making sure I stay underneath the overhead. It's not that easy, is it?
I can't see that far away.
It's not that easy, is it? All right.
I don't have that pair of glasses.
So you're gonna pull those down. You'll use your little clothespin to hold them in place. Hopefully your clothespins stay clean if you're gonna use your mouth.
It's not like I'm drinking.
Kathy Butcher says, I love that you have the measurements on the paper. Yes, this little guide here will help you to know how long, the minimum you want your ribbons to be to make it easy to work with, okay?
It's not like I'm trying to drink
All right.
pina colada.
So next step, we're gonna take our pin off of our tie-down ribbons. Pull that pin off.
Set it to the side, don't lose it.
Don't lose it, you need to save it. We're gonna take our front side of our tie-down ribbons and we're going to wrap it around to the back. Wrap it around to the back. Okay. Flip it over. Tie it in a nice,
I'm
tight,
being Have, Lynn.
a nice, tight knot.
Tight knot?
Nice, tight knot.
Not a knot tight.
Cinch it in there good. Nice, tight knot. Nice and tight. Okay. Now,
Tammy
I've got
hasn't
these.
even unpacked yet?
I haven't finished either. I unpacked one suitcase. The other one's
done.
not really unpacked. If you want to keep your tie downs to tie your ribbon on your bow onto things, you can leave them. If you don't, you can snip them off at this point. You don't need them anymore if you're just going to be gluing it to something, okay? So
I don't know what I'm doing.
we're going to flip it back over. Flip it back over.
I think I'm going to
We are going to take our pins off.
take our pins off.
Okay, and this is a very important next step. This is gonna make a difference on how your bow looks. You are going to, from the front side, you are gonna pull your ribbon tails through. Pull them through to the front. This is why you don't wanna do,
Doing what?
You're gonna pull your tails out to the front. All your little tail pieces, pull them out to the front. This is why you don't wanna go too tight either, because you gotta be able to get these
son
out.
of a motherless goat.
You've got this. Wait, what did you? Oh, that's the back. Okay. No, do it from the front. You got to pull them to the front. Make sure you can read Christie's or KCR Easy Bow. You're pulling them to the front.
Okay.
Pull them to the front. From underneath. Yes, you're bringing them.
So it's I got to go around this or under that?
Under.
I'll do it.
I'm showing you.
No, you're not.
Under. Pull them under to the front. Under to the front. One side's a little easier than the other, but it's not too hard, okay? So we've got all of our tails in the front, okay? All of our tails are coming to the front.
Okay.
It's starting to kind of look like a bow now. Now remember, when we slide this off, the bow still needs to be fluffed. Every bow needs fluffing. Okay, if you just make a bow, it's not gonna be amazing until you fluff it and trim it, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? So once we get to this point, we're gonna slide, or we'll let Tim catch up. We'll let Tim catch up. The bow makers are $15 and $17, I think, if I remember correctly what we priced them.
That's it.
But you can go check them out. They're in the shop. The link is in the description of the video. We'll pop it into the comments. As soon as we're done, Tim will pop it in the comments as well for you while I make the bow one more time, just right through so you can see how quickly it can go. Wendy says, I can't wait to get mine. Awesome. Don't forget, someone who shares this video is going to be gifted both of these bow makers and a fabric bundle of all the fabric we used today, okay? All right, so now we've got to this point. We're gonna shimmy our bow off. Don't just grab it and yank it, because if you did it really tight, it's pretty sturdy, it's pretty stable, but we don't wanna break anything. So we just wanna shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. It's easy if you keep your bow loose. If your bow's real tight, you just have to shimmy it a little bit at a time until it slides off, okay?
All right.
So there's our initial bow. It's okay, but it needs a little fluffing. So let me fluff it. We're just gonna separate all of our little ribbons here.
When you do that, make sure you just bloop.
Nope, we don't bloop it. We put it all right back in our bag. It won't fit in your bag if you clip them.
Oh.
Yep, put them right back into your bag.
We don't lose our clips.
You could always get more of these clips elsewhere if you need to. But put it back in your bag. It's all together with the instructions, okay? So fluff up our
Okay.
our little ribbons.
Okay.
Trim our little ends if needed. Sometimes your ends don't really need to be trimmed. Sometimes they're just what you want them to be.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Other times they need a little trimming, okay? So fluff up the bow.
I think I used maybe too many pieces.
You just need some fluffing, that's all. Nothing a little extra fluffing won't fix.
Well, trust me, I know Fluffy.
I think we should try, I haven't done it yet with raffia, but I think we should make one with raffia today too. Because raffia bows can be a real pain in our cutishi. I think we should see how well this works with raffia.
Okay.
And see how we like that. All right, y'all.
I don't know. I think I like the ends kind of on the longer side.
Yeah, sometimes we want really long tails.
Sometimes we just want any tail.
Oh my goodness, we were keeping this PG. We're keeping this PG. We're behaving ourselves today. We're behaving ourselves today.
My gosh.
Trying.
They're getting extra today. They got me on here.
I know.
Normally that don't happen. What happened here? Is that supposed to be like on the inside of the bow?
Huh?
How did that happen?
What?
My tails are on the inside of the bow.
They're supposed to come down from the...
From the inside of the bow?
Yeah, so they're coming down
Okay.
to the front.
There we go.
So otherwise they'd be coming down in the back.
Oh.
All right, y'all. Let me get these long tails out of here because we're going to use those to tie it on. But how cute is that little bow
Look at that.
from our KCR Easy Bow Maker? Let's see yours, Tim. Hold it up. Hold it up overhead. Like lay it flat. Like turn it.
It is laying
It's
flat.
upside down. Turn
It is not.
Turn it so they can see it upright. No, it's
It is
upside
up.
down. It's right side to you. It's upside down to the overhead.
Oh my gosh.
How cute. How cute. See? Look at that bow, y'all. Look at that bow. Didn't he do good? That is a Timbo. Have you ever seen a Timbo look like that, y'all? If Timbo can do that, anybody can do it.
Yeah. If Timbo can do it, anybody
We should have
can
called
do
it the Timbo. The Timbo Bow Maker. Super, super easy.
So I'm telling you guys,
So let me show you. I left my tails long. Okay.
if I can make this thing,
Anybody can.
I guarantee you,
Find something to tie.
You can make this.
I swear I've got to have a jar or something in here.
because my fingers don't work great because they're basically sausages. So
Can we tie our bow to? Here, we'll just tie. Oops. I'm tripping over you. We will use our.
she's falling for me again, guys.
This bow might be a little bit big for this, but let me show you. Can you switch it to just front for a minute? Let me just show you. It's kind of not the right colors, but we can just tie it onto something. Look how cute that bow is. How cute. And you can make anywhere from a 2-inch all the way up to an 8-inch bow with these bow makers. Super, super cute. All right, so let me do it one more time. I'm just gonna go right through it quickly and show you how to do it. How to do it without doing it as a tutorial. I'm just gonna do it so you can see how quickly once you learn how to do it, you can throw together a bow. Right, tie it to, well, my glass jar buttons is huge. Huge. I didn't leave my ribbons quite long enough for that.
I was looking for the candles. Did you do the candles
What candles?
for this?
What candles?
For this?
They're over there.
Where?
They're over in the back there. In the back there. So I've got some regular ribbon mixed in here
Oh, I think it is this
with
one.
some fabric strips. So I kind of got a little bit of like a combination of things happening here, okay? So kind of, I mean, you do want to kind of be mindful of your ribbons and make sure like all your one color is not at the top and kind of like mix them up a little bit, but you still want them to be a little bit, you know, not perfectly laid out, okay?
There.
Well, that's just one of them, but
Yeah,
we do
that's
have
just
two
one
of
of
them. But isn't that cute? All right, so we're gonna do this.
Did you want me to go back to the overhead?
Huh?
You want me to go back to the overhead?
Yes, go back to the overhead. We're gonna do start to finish a bow without instructions and tutorials and all that, just so you can see how quickly it can be done. It's gonna be hard for me
trust
not to tutorial.
Amanda, you can make bows with this.
You can't.
If I can do it, you can do it.
All right, so it's gonna be hard for me to do this without instructions because I'm so used to giving instructions all the time with everything. It's like goes against everything in me to not tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing. And maybe I'll kind of briefly tell you. I'm gonna get my tie off. I'm gonna attach my tie off right in the center. Make sure it's kind of centered. Pin it off. My bows are gonna start in the back here. I'm gonna bring it through, I'm gonna do a 5-inch bow, so I'm gonna bring it to the front through the 5-inch slot, bring it through the same slot on the other side. Make sure my ends are kind of sorta evenly lengthed here. I'm gonna take one side, bring it across, and put it through the slit where the holes are. Pull my ribbons to the bottom and the back, pinch it off with my little clip. Oops, hold on, my bow, my pin fell off. Can you get me another pin?
You mean
Yeah, clothespin.
clothespin?
I popped it apart, but I'm not gonna put it together right this second. You know how clothespins are. And then we're gonna take our ribbons from the other side, bring them across, put them through the slit that has the hole in it.
Should the
Like
tie
so.
off? Should the tie off be inside out?
It should be inside out, because you'll see in a minute. I talked about it in the beginning, so make sure you go back and watch the replay. Okay, so we got all of our clips on. So now our tie off, we're gonna take it off, because when we grab it and flip it over, now the pretty side is in the front. So yes, your tie off should be backwards, upside down. My tails might be a little bit short because I think I did this cut these for a 16-inch bow or for a 4-inch bow, but I'm doing a 5-inch, but we'll see. You'll see. You should have a little extra wiggle room. Tie it nice and tight. Pull my pins off, pull my pins off, pull all my little tails to the front, like so. Pull my tails to the front on this side. Shimmy my bow maker off, or shimmy it off the bow maker.
That's right. Shimmy it off.
Shimmy it all off.
Shimmy it all off.
Shimmy it all off. And then just fluff up my bow. Separate all the ribbons. Twist them if they need to be twisted.
Don't twist the berries.
Twist the bows. Fluff it all up. No bow is complete without being fluffed. And you could fluff and fluff and fluff and fluff and fluff and fluff and fluff for hours. Don't overthink it and overdo it.
Oh yes, you can fluff for hours.
Okay, I'm gonna cut my little ends off in the back because this one will just glue to something. Trim up some of my little ends. Make things a little more even.
Yeah, once you make a few on here, it'll get easier and you'll be able to.
Yes. The great thing is
Whip
you
through 'em like
just
she does.
untie it and just practice with it. You can re-practice with the same strips of ribbon over and over and over again until you get the hang of it. So just practice with it. Just practice. That a little bit more green up towards the top there. Just play with it.
I know, right, Penny?
Separate my green ones here.
No, for the 7-inch, you go around the outside.
Yeah, you always go around the outside of the size that you want. Go around the
Yes,
outside.
you can use wired.
You can use wired ribbon. Wired ribbon, like, is going to be a little bit
Probably more-
tighter to work with. If you, especially like this is
When you're
more
pulling
for
it through.
yeah. The thinner, the 1 inch, 3/4 inch, you know, that's going to be a little bit easier to work with than the big thick 2-inch ribbons.
Trey says, I like it small too. It doesn't take up a lot of space.
It is very small. You can store it in a drawer. I'm going to keep mine stored right here in my drawer, right at my table. So it's here, easy. Guys are gonna see me use this because I'm telling you, it gives you like the perfect, how often do you make bows and one side of your bow is wider, like the bow part is bigger than the other side, then you're trying to constantly adjust it. This gives you a nice, even bow on either side. All right, just a couple more to trim up here.
Or you can do what I do and grab the tie and shake the snot out of it.
Oh, you could just, yes, you could. So let's see. How cute.
I think I've been behaving well.
Tim has been very well behaved. I want a little bit
How
of that.
many strips can you use?
I use.
And how many works best?
It depends on your bow. If you're doing a little 2-inch bow, I would say maybe you only need like 3 probably ribbons, maybe 4. Depends on how thick and wide your ribbons are. Everything's gonna vary on how wide your ribbons are and how much is gonna fit in there. The bigger bow you make, the more ribbons you're gonna want because it's gonna need to be fuller. The smaller bow you make, the less ribbons you need because it's just little loops, so it doesn't need as much to be full. This one I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this was a 5-inch bow. But these are nice, thin little strips of fabric. If the fabric's thin, if you're using a thicker ribbon, it's gonna be fuller. So you kind of gotta play with it and kind of get a feel for it depending on the ribbon or fabrics that you are using. Let's do one more. Let's try it with, do you guys want us to try it with the raffia? Hearts if you want us to try it with the raffia. Thumbs up if you're like, no, we don't need to see the raffia. Let us know what you think. I think it'd be fun to try it with the raffia. I have not done one with the raffia, but I think it could, you know, those raffia bows can be a pain in our kabooties, right? Kimberly says yes. Okay.
Oh,
The
yeah,
most
lots of
ribbons I
hearts.
think I've done was probably like 9, but there was still room for more.
Oh yeah, there's lots of hearts.
All right, let me get some. Where's the raffia go? There's my raffia. All right, let me get my raffia here.
Raffia is the devil.
Okay, but we're gonna tame the raffia with the Easy Bow Maker. So I'm just gonna grab
The Easy Bow Maker
Healthy-ish.
3000.
a little chunk,
That's what we should have named it.
the Easy Bow Maker 3000.
Oh, Debbie, I'm there already.
All right, we got a healthy little chunk of raffia here. Healthy little chunk. Let's see. Let's see. I think that'll make that might be a little too much. Let's get rid of a little bit of that. Okay. We'll just do like a little 3-inch one with this.
But what are you gonna tie it within the
I think
center?
that's too much. Let's get rid of a little bit more. We're gonna use raffia.
Oh, for the tying it in the center?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or we can use a piece of twine. We can use a piece of twine. Raffia, you just gotta be careful if you use the raffia to tie off the center because that will, sometimes it breaks on you. So a piece of twine works nicely. So what we're gonna do, where did I put that piece of twine I just cut? We'll take a little piece of twine. We'll fold it over. Remember, keep it in the center, right in the center. We'll use our little pin to hold it right there in the center. And then we're gonna take our raffia. We're gonna put it on the outside of the 3, because then we're gonna make a 3-inch bow. Hold on. I was too aggressive. Don't be too aggressive. Be aggressive.
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive. All right. Put it through the outside of the 3, bring it across, bring it back through the outside of the same length on the other side. Make sure your ends are decently the same size, like so. Now we're gonna take one side, we're gonna bring it across. It's gonna go through the same little slat because that's the slat that has the hole in it. So we're just gonna bring it through. Oh, I got one short little piece of raffia there. And y'all know raffia doesn't tame nicely, so we're just gonna pull that piece out of there because it's a short little piece that is not gonna cooperate with us. So we're just gonna get rid of it. If it don't cooperate, we get rid of it when it comes to raffia, okay? Take the side, put it back through the side, the little slot that has the hole in it, bring it to the bottom, pin it off, Take the other side, bring it across, put it back through the slot that has the little hole underneath it. Bring it down.
Ooh,
Pin
Cindy
it.
says she's got raffia in different colors.
Yes, for the holidays, the reds, the greens, all the fun colors. All right, so now we're gonna take our pin off of our little center piece of twine tie down, bring it to the back, flip it over, tie it nice and tight.
No, Tammy.
Tie it nice and tight. Right, Tim could make raffia bows now if he wanted to. This would make it easier for him. All right,
No.
pull our pins off. We're gonna pull our raffia through, which this is gonna be a little more challenging because it's raffia and it's which ones go through, which ones don't. It's the first time I've done it with the raffia. So let's see, let's find where it separates. And you can kind of pull it up and kind of see where what part you're pulling down, which part you're not. Stuff it down through. Pull it all through. Like so. That wasn't too bad. Same thing. You can kind of pull this up. So you can kind of get your separation of what part is the bow, what part is the tail. See, this is what's going to happen. If you don't pull your ribbons through, you're going to end up with a conch-eyed bow. So this is going to show you why we do that. So we need all of this to go through that bow loop so our bow lays nicely, okay? So we're going to push all that through. Pull it out the bottom, in the front. Y'all,
Susan.
I hope this works because I haven't done a raffia bow yet,
Susan, that's funny.
but I think it's going to. All right, same thing. We need to, this is what it looks like. It
Ooh.
actually looks pretty good already, but fluff it up a little bit. Separate your raffia, squish it up a little bit, fluff it up. Sometimes raffia just needs a little squishing to crinkle it up and make it just kind of be perfectly messy.
So well,
Trim our ends.
Susan's one comment. I think it's funny. Your scarecrow in the back between you and Tim looks like it's wearing oxygen. No offense, I'm a nurse. And
Oh.
my mother was on oxygen because when you look
Yes,
at it on the
that
screen,
one.
right here,
Yeah, I see it.
it looks
I
like
see
that. She deleted her comment off of Facebook, but
Yeah.
we have this wonderful third-party app here that they stay no matter what.
Well, if she doesn't want you to read it, don't read it.
I think it's funny. I'm not taking any.
Oh, that
offense to
was
it.
the comment?
Yeah.
No, it's cute. No, that was our bonus craft night last night in our VIP group. We showed them 3 different ways to make that little scarecrow with the little baskets, the little
I think-
wire baskets. But y'all, that's a cute little raffia bow. So you can use the Easy Bow Maker with raffia. So what do y'all think? Do you love it? Do you think it's gonna make your bow making life a little easier? Yes, you can spray your raffia with water and it does help you to kind of shape it a little bit better, especially when you get these real stiff, straight ends. If you kind of spray them and just squish them a little bit, you get a little bit of a softer, kind of crinkly, not so much of a stiff, straight.
I think that
ends.
one actually looks like what is it? Philip and Thomas and Philip from South Park.
Oh.
Was it South Park?
Oh, we're still talking about the scarecrows?
Yeah, I am.
I'm back to the bow maker.
She's back to the Bow Maker 3000.
Just make sure you put everything together when you're done with it. But y'all, these would make great gifts for the holidays, great little stocking stuffers for the crafters and creators in your life. You could even use these to make little bows to put on your gifts for the holidays. Start pre-making them now. Leave your long tails so you can tie them onto things. You'll be all ready for the holidays. So super, super easy, super, super fun. And
Terry, the link for the Bow Maker is it's pinned in the comments.
Yep.
I'll throw it in there again.
put it in there one more time for you. It's just in our shop at christyscraftroom.com. Christie'sCraftRoom.com. You can get the bow makers and everything else we have there. So enjoy it, have fun. Let's make our bows beautiful. Let's make our bows easy.
Let's make bows beautiful again.
Let's make bows. We can make bows beautiful again. We can make bows easy. Easy bow maker. Y'all.
I had to. That was funny.
Y'all, that's my campaigning. I campaign for bows. We can do it.
We can make bows great again.
Yes, we can love bow making. Even no matter how well our fingers work, we'll give you 3 extra hands. That's our promise. Or 3 extra clips. Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
So, Tammy said, so glad you had them at the event for us to purchase. Yes, we had these at the live event for our live event attendees to purchase ahead of time or early. And yesterday, and now they are available to the world. So hopefully you all love the bow maker as much as we do here and are as excited as we are.
Oh, I see, Nancy.
So, yes, great stocking stuffers, Miss Sylvia. She says,
yes.
I need this for sure. Stocking stuffers
Somebody said
for sure.
something about making a banister full of bows. This would make it easy, something like that. I don't know, I'd have to find it again.
Susan, if you need to know if you are in the any of our craft kit groups, you can email us and we can help you out with that. If you guys, you're going to start seeing us promoting our craft night in the box and welcoming new people to join. If you got the fall craft night in a box, you do not have to join again. It's going to automatically renew on November 1st for you. You don't have to do anything. So when you hear us talking about it, when you hear us saying it's time to sign up, you can join now. If you already got the fall one and you didn't cancel it, then you are set to go. You don't have to do anything unless you got a new credit card. Then you email us and we can help you get that updated, or just go into your account and you can update it there. So just know that you don't have to re-sign up if you've already gotten the fall one in the past. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the Easy Bow Maker and
yes, and if I can make a bow, you can make a bow.
Didn't Tim do great, guys? Tim's a good sport.
And trust me, guys. Yeah, I craft over in the VIP group. Twice a month. I don't do bows. I will do anything I can to not do them. I'm not an expert crafter. She is.
This is the bow I made last night, or I made for our craft that we did last night. Isn't that one cute? This is a VIP bonus craft night project. And then here's Tim's bow that he did. Tim did not have the Easy Bow Maker.
I did not use the Easy Bow Maker 3000.
This was, I think he still did a decent job, but he just did a simple tie bow, which was totally perfect and worked cute. But imagine if he had the Easy Bow Maker, how fabulous, extra fabulous his bow would have been. So. Yep. All right, guys, we're going to hop off of here. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out.
We got to give something away.
We got to gift this. If you didn't share this video yet, do it now. Hurry up, because we're about to gift both
We're about to give something away.
The 3, 5, and 7-inch bow and the 2, 4, 6, and 8-inch bow. Okay?
Who do we appreciate? We're going to make bows again. Her name is Christy, and she approved this message.
We're also going to gift you a bundle of fabric. The fabrics that we use today. That's all Christmassy, so you'll be all set to make some Christmas bows and Christmas projects, okay? So let's do that. So hurry, share if you have not already, because Tim's going to scroll through. I'm going to tell him when to stop, and the first name he sees that shows that you shared this video is who we're going to gift all of these to, okay? I'm glad Tim remembered. I almost left y'all and didn't do the gift.
Yes.
I would have been like, oh
and,
man.
And the fact that she approved this much, that was, I copied somebody. Somebody said it on here, and it's like, that's funny.
That's funny. That's perfect. Okay.
So.
We ready? We're ready,
yes.
ready? All right, here we go. Scrolling. Keep those names a-rolling. Scrolling. A winner. Scrolling.
Keep those names a-rolling.
Stop.
Okay.
Take a look and listen. Our bowl maker is the best in the nation.
No, shoot, I need something to write this on.
Like that.
I got it here. I gotta write it on something.
Uh-oh. Get your sticky notes, Tim.
I got my sticky.
We know Tim has lots of sticky notes. There's no shortage of sticky notes around here, thanks to last year's KCR Live. They're
There's
everywhere.
Post-it notes everywhere. I got post-it
are.
notes for days.
All right, who's it going to be?
I know who it is.
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? I don't know who it's gonna be yet. I see names, but I don't know which one he saw first. So we'll see. He's writing it down. Our fancy sticky note and Sharpie.
Sharpie, someone stole my pen.
Oh, Sharpie's perfect.
Someone stole my pen. Oh, there's my pen.
Oh, you just bought me with the drawer. Now I know how you feel. All right, guys. All right, we have Miss Sherry Whitehead. Miss Sherry Whitehead. Hey, girl. Miss Sherry Whitehead. Send us an email, Christy's team at christyscraftroom.com, and we will get all of these goodies shipped out to you. All right, so send us an email, Christy's team at christyscraftroom.com to claim your prize. All right, guys, thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you guys had a fun time here. I hope, hopefully, whether you get the bow maker or not, hopefully you got some good tips and tricks for bow making. If you do get the bow maker, you've got both the tutorial QR codes on the back there for you, so you can, and both of them have all the tips and tricks for you. So you will be able to refer back to those anytime you need to perfect your bow making skills. So thank you guys. We love you, and we'll see you guys soon.